My name is Kimanthi Mutua, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the KRep Group. Prior to this, I was the Managing Director for KRep Bank, which I founded about 12 years ago, and I ran it for those 12 years. The KRep Group as an organization is basically a private development organization which really seeks to facilitate development amongst low-income and poor people to really increase their participation in the economic activities. KRep has several intervention strategies, but central to that strategy really is creating sustainable institutions that serve low-income and poor people. And one of the flagships of KRep is actually the KRep Bank, which was established in 1999. It is a fully fledged commercial bank which specializes in microfinance. So its target group is really low-income and poor entrepreneurs, and it operates mainly in Kenya. KRep Bank essentially has two special youth products. One is the Youth Enterprises Support Program, and the other one is the Go Girl product. The Youth Enterprise Support Program basically tries to target business enterprises that are operated by young people who would be between the age of 18 and 35. But within that group, it also tries to focus more on new entrants, on people who want to get into the market. The Go Girl product is a special product. It's really a special product in the sense that it targets very young adolescent girls, particularly in areas that the youth are very vulnerable to a lot of social ills. Its aim really is to inculcate a discipline of financial management, and we believe that using savings is probably the best vehicle for inculcating that discipline. I think the fundamental differences between the main products that are offered by the bank and the products that are geared for youth is really the ease of access for entry. And that ease of access is provided essentially by providing lower rates, for example, for loans, where you don't have to pay very high interest rates, at least for the initial loans, where there's no fees to be paid. The requirements for collaterals are much less stringent. And then there is also tied to it sort of advisory services which you wouldn't get in the other products. There are basically two main objectives or incentives that led KRep to get into youth financial services. The first one is basically a business goal. And that business goal is driven by the realization that the largest growth pool in terms of business is going to come from the youth, simply because they are the majority, and secondly, they also offer very good growth opportunities in terms of getting financial services. The other business objective that we want to pursue really has to deal with diversification of sort of the business enterprises in the portfolios that we fund. Amongst micro entrepreneurs, one of the constraints that we mostly have to deal with is that many of them deal with the same type of business. What we are seeing as an opportunity amongst the youth is that they're coming up with new ideas and they don't want to do the traditional types of businesses. So that really presents a very interesting business proposal from that perspective. For KRep, as a development organization whose mission is really the social mission of getting people out of poverty, it realizes that the biggest challenge for Kenya is actually the youth. It's a time bomb that's waiting to happen. And the post-election skirmishes that took place in Kenya in 2008 was a very big eye-opener for all of us, because we could simply see how easily that youth group could actually ban the whole country. And we figure out that this country is not going to be sustainable as a nation if the youth don't have gainful employment. The long-term investment is investment in financial discipline and culture, and investment from the business perspective of creating customer loyalty, so that we see that if we have been with you from when you were an adolescent and nurtured you to come to age of consent, where you now begin to need other financial services, the theory, and I think this has been proven from time and again, is that a significant large number of those people will actually become customers of the bank. So this is really the long-term investment. So the long-term investment is really invest this right today, even if it is a loss leader in the bank products. Look at it as an investment, look at it as a corporate social responsibility, but it's an investment that's going to pay in the long run.